Sally sells seashells, and you can too. So thank you for being here tonight. I just have a few words that I'd like to say before we get going. First of all, I want to just give a special shout out, some special thank yous to some folks who really helped us this year. First, thank you Somerville Comms Department for taping our performance tonight. Thank you to the DPW for setting this up for us, making it super easy for us to be here. Thank you to Mike Dawson and Erica and the Kennedy Makerspace who made these gorgeous set pieces. And also a special thanks to all the local businesses who donated raffle prizes, who donated things for us to sell tonight, the popcorn, delicious popcorn from the Somerville Theater. Nellie's Wildflowers, they're all listed in your program. We really appreciate your support, so thank you to them. Okay, just a little history. So, 6 years ago, a local playwright, Miriam Rakin-Cole, came to the Kennedy and said, I have a children's adaptation of The Secret Garden and I'd love to put this on. Are you interested? And we said yes. That was 6 whole years ago. In fact, our Sally tonight was in kindergarten and she was a flower sprite. So, look at where we are, look at where we started, to paraphrase one of my favorites. But, out of that came the Kennedy School Drama Club. The parents at that time said, we have to keep going. We have to continue to offer a wonderful theater education experience to this school. And so we are so proud that we have always been completely free, completely all-inclusive, K-8, and we've grown the program year after year, offering 2 shows. This year we're so proud. We have in-school theater education for the middle grades, and the KSDC continues on with the K-6, and you'll see them tonight. This program can't exist without the dedicated teaching artists who come in, work for pennies on the hour, and work with your children, and we're so grateful for them. For the last 2 years, our program coordinator, Karen Miller, has worked for free for you and for your children, and it is a labor of love. I know, I did it many years ago, starting with this club, and I just feel like we need to give her a special thank you, so thank you, Karen. She's coming backstage. In addition, this would never happen with just one volunteer. So many people help us. So if you have ever volunteered for KSDC anytime in the last 6 years, I want you to stand up so we can applaud you. Stand up if you've ever volunteered. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, a couple of announcements. So I'm going to introduce our teaching artist, our first teaching artist in a few minutes, but I want to let you know, if you love theater, there's lots more theater to come this school year. First of all, up next week at high school, the Highlander Theater Company is producing Silent Sky. This is a family-friendly performance, women in science. There's going to be an amazing talk back after. I think we have some folks from Highlander Theater Company here tonight. Yes, please come. Performances next Thursday and Friday, 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Then, soon after, there is going to be the Somerville's first ever all-city middle school musical. I can't give away any secrets yet. You have to watch for the announcement. It's going to be coming really soon. We need to give Charlie a weekend to recover after Silent Sky, and then he's going to be on it. And then lastly, one of the outgrowths of the Kennedy School Drama Club is a local nonprofit that I'm personally very proud of, Somerville Arts for Youth. We are a 501c3 organization that promotes theater education in Somerville for our young people. We are very proud to be offering our 3rd year of the Say Summer Institute. There is information on dates in the program tonight. If you have a rising 7th grader, they are old enough to come to this wonderful intensive over 2 weeks housed in the Davis Square Theater, which is in Davis Square. We would encourage you. It's
The Rockwell.
The Rockwell, right? Oh, right, rebranded, Rockwell. Rising seventh graders through high school. We bring in professionals that teach your kids all kinds of wonderful things, wonderful workshops. So you want to stay tuned for that. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Yes? Okay, so I want you all to please give it up for our fantastic K-1 teaching artist, Bridget Fry.
Hello, my name is Bridget Fry, and this is my third year with the Kennedy School Drama Club, and I've been working exclusively with the kindergarten and first grade all 3 years, which is always a delight. I'm always inspired by the kids' enthusiasm and their energy and their creativity and their willingness to work really hard to do something which can be very, very scary. So today we have 2 short stories that we're going to read. The way that we're going to do this is that we're going to have a narrator. Our first narrator will be my very amazing assistant, Lisa Caldas, who will be reading The Pet Store, and then I'm going to be reading The Jumping Bean after that. And as we read, the students will be acting out parts. So we're going to read, and they will be acting out as we do that. Okay, so that's the form that we're doing today. All right, so Lisa, you want to come up here and grab the microphone?
All right, a trip to the pet store. Once upon a time, some kids were looking at pictures of animals. They liked looking at the animals, so Viola said, let's see some real animals. Let's go to a pet store. All the other kids thought this was a great idea, and they yelled, yeah! So they all ran out to their car, got in, and got ready to go. They buckled their seatbelts, turned the key, pressed all the buttons, and drove off. They had to go around some curves to get there, but once they were there, they parked the car and got out. They walked into the pet store to see the animals. First, they saw the puppy dogs. Some of the puppies were taking naps, and some of them were chasing their tails. The caretaker gave the kids some balls to throw to the dogs. The dogs popped the balls in their mouths and began to play with each other. They barked and wagged their tails to let the kids know how much they liked them. Next, the kids went to look at the rabbits. They were also in cages, but they could still hop around. They were fluffy and soft, and the caretaker let the children pet the bunnies for a moment. But the children had to be gentle so the rabbits wouldn't get scared. They fed the rabbits some carrots and moved on. Next, the children went to see the snakes. Most of the snakes were coiled up and sleeping, but some of them were slithering around. Some people are afraid of snakes and don't even like to look at them in cages. So the snakes were happy when the children came over. They hissed and slithered to show the kids how happy they were that they had come for a visit. Finally, the children went to visit the kitty cats. The cats were very busy cleaning themselves and playing with their toys. They meowed and purred when they saw the kids watching them. Once the children had seen all the animals, it was time to choose one so that they could each take one home. So each child chose their pet and brought it to the checkout counter. They paid for their new animal, made sure to buy some pet food, and met back at the car. They got back into their car, buckled their seatbelts and their pet's seatbelt, turned the key, pressed all the buttons, and drove away from the pet store. On the way home, the children made sure to pet their new animals and show them how much they loved them. At last, each child was dropped off at home. They took their new pets with them and brought them into their houses. The children knew that they had brought home an animal that was going to be a very good friend for a long time. And they were happy that they had made a trip to the pet store today. The end.
Thank you so much, Lisa. All right, our next story is called The Jumping Bee. Once upon a time, a little girl was playing with her friends at school. They were in the middle of running around when the teacher announced it was lunchtime. The children ran to get their lunch boxes, and they sat down at the lunch table. All the kids opened their lunches and began to eat, except for the little girl. She didn't like her food. She wanted something more fun to eat. So while all the good little children ate their yummy lunches, the little girl wandered away from the lunch table. All of a sudden, she saw something on the ground. She looked closer and closer and closer. She saw that it was a shiny bean. This looked like fun to eat. So she picked it up and ate it. As soon as she ate the bean, the little girl felt something mysterious and strange happening to her. Soon her belly began to jiggle and jump. Next, her arms and then her legs began to wiggle and bounce. And finally, her whole body began to jump up and down. She tried to ignore it and go on with her day. The little girl tried to do a puzzle, but her body was jumping around so much that she couldn't possibly put the pieces in their places. Pieces were flying everywhere. So the little girl looked for her friends. They were busy building a tall castle with some wooden blocks. They were working very hard and almost finished when the little girl walked over to play with them. But she jumped so much that she accidentally knocked the castle over and the blocks came tumbling down. The children who worked very hard were angry. The little girl tried to explain, but they all walked away. In reading class, the teacher sat down with a book that all the children loved. He tried to read it aloud to them, but he was very distracted by the little girl. She couldn't sit still. Her body was jumping about all over the place, and she was jumping into other children and generally making the room a mess. The teacher sent her out of the room to sit alone until she could calm down. But even outside, she couldn't sit still and had to get some help. All right. So outside, Matt, you still couldn't get help. You're still jumping around, right? So jump around. Good. Magician? Stand up. All of a sudden, the little girl saw a magician looking around on the ground for something. The magician looked over at the little girl and saw that her body was jumping around. He approached the little girl and said, "Excuse me, did you see a jumping bean around here?" The little girl was shocked to hear what she had actually eaten. "A jumping bean," she said in amazement.
A jumping bean?
Then, embarrassed for having eaten it, the little girl nodded her head yes and pointed to her stomach. Good. "I think I ate your bean," she said.
I think I ate your bean.
The magician said, "Oh no!"
Oh no.
He looked in his magician's book to find the cure for the little girl's jumping. When he found it, he said, "Aha! You must eat all the food in your lunchbox. That will stop the jumping." The little girl was so happy to hear the cure that she jumped up and ran to her lunchbox. She thanked the magician, and the magician disappeared. The little girl opened up her lunchbox and began to eat her sandwich, her yogurt, her apple, and her cookie. She even sipped up the juice in her juice box. Then, all of a sudden, her body stopped jumping. The little girl said, "Phew!" Madeline, stand up. Madeline. The little girl decided from that day on she would eat anything that was in her lunchbox and nothing she found on the ground. And she lived happily ever after. The end. Let's everybody, all right, I guess everybody's together. So we'll get one long line. Everybody take their bow together. So we're gonna raise our hands up. Take a bow. Thank you all so much. We're having a raffle right now.
English Natural, $20. Ticket 139 for a ticket to the aquarium. One, 39788. 139788. One, 39723.
Okay, Karen, come back. So, if you don't know, this is Karen. Yeah. So, I'm just going to sound like.
Been hoping so much, and since the beginning, well, most of the beginning, and you've done like most for this club of anyone, and you've done a lot, and you're the best thing that's ever happened to it.
So, our next teaching artist of the night has been with us for a few years. She's wonderful. She is our director, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what you're going to see tonight and introduce some other folks who've been instrumental, pardon the pun, to helping put together what you're about to see. So everybody please give it up for Gretchen Galmore.
Before we go on, possibly this was said already, but just in case, please make sure that anything that makes noise is off, and please don't take any flash photos, because that can really distract these guys up here. Also, you may take a look, and this is my wonderful music director, that this would not have happened without you. We have an awesome band, live band here. And theater as a collaborative art form is something that can only come together when there is a large group of people to do it. So thank you to everyone who helped. Thank you to Dean for all of the things. Thank you to Mike for giving instructions to Makerspace and building me a word log. Because I just said, that would be great if I had a word log. And he was like, yeah, yes. So everything that you see up here, he had some sort of hand in, and it's absolutely wonderful. So, I hear them behind me trying to settle in, so I'm trying to stall. I'm not good at stalling. Hi, Fraser. Please enjoy Sally Sells Seashells. You can too.
into the I guess he's okay. Now, lesson 1, the product.
Stand at the ocean and you close your eyes. You can hear it begin to sing. See it starts with a whisper and begins to rise as you don't forget everything. It sounds like ooh, ah, ooh, and you can't help feeling fine when you've got sand, surf, and sunshine. Whoa, sun comes up, sand gets warm, righteous waves are a given. Every day this is the norm when you're beach now living. And the breeze blows through my hair, not again. The seagulls singing our song, and the days are long. Yeah, this is where we belong. And you can't help feeling fine when you got sand, surf, and sunshine. I'm telling you, this year one of the best waves yet.
Oh, right, you look very much lost right now.
Just wait, bro. Just wait.
Sometimes summer queens are dancing at spots, trying 12 different types of flavors, and invent your own language. How long did that all take? How do people live like this? Sun will burn, ocean waves always roaring. When will people ever learn? Beach out, live and exploring. Nothing gets caught in my hair. It's not fair. Day after day after day after day. It's like the same song. It's like a replay. Day after day after day after day. Sand is an inch all over. Day after day after day. Singing our songs like the same song. And our days are long. Day after day after day we belong. Sand is an inch all over. You can't help feeling fine. Trying to pass the time. Sand, surf, and sunshine. Hey, Slater!
Yo, one sec. Sup, down.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you, but you left home so fast.
I wanted to watch the Sun Ocean begin the next song from their turtle bands. You know?
Totally. It's just, I heard Mom talking about ever since she and Dad separated.
Keep it down. Okay?
Right, sorry. She was talking about how tight things were.
Tight.
Like, with money. Like, we may not be able to go to the same school next year.
What?
Yeah.
Why did she say this?
Last night. I know. I was upset too. But then I realized that this gives us the perfect opportunity to start a small business. Because if we can raise our own tuition, it won't be an issue and Mom can relax. We can go to all our friends and make them aware of the services we offer.
Services.
Yeah, we'll call it Town Slaters, dog washing, carpet cleaning, and a little light bookkeeping service. I even made a sign.
But we don't know how to do any of those things.
On-the-job training is the best way to learn. And it won't take that long. I already have $200 saved up for allowances, and I'm sure all my friends will sign up. Once they know why we need the money, they'll...
Don't tell them.
What?
I said, don't tell them why we need the money.
Why does it matter?
Because it's summer. And summer's the one time where everything's supposed to be normal. I've been waiting all year for this, and I can't! Let's talk about it later, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Well, good luck with all that.
Thanks. If you change your mind,
Yeah, I'll let you know. Bye, sis.
bye. First day of summer, I should have known. Slater with her friends off on their own. They're happy chilling by the beach. Not me. I've never been good at standing by. If I can help, well, then I'll try. I'll grab her anything in reach. That's me. And yes, I know all the others say just when things get hard, work hard. So I'll clean your carpet, I'll clean your head. I'm afraid I'm a little wet now. Kind of your books, won't be nervous. Call Tim and Slater. Call Tam, stone washing, carpet cleaning, and a little light bookkeeping service. Hey, that's good. Here we go. Hi guys.
Oh, Tim, there you are. Thank goodness you're here. We've been so bored without you.
Yeah, here was the best of knowing what things to do.
So what are your plans for this summer?
Actually, I can't hang out this summer.
What?
Maybe we're not going to be able to see you.
Oh no, you'll definitely see me. Once you sign up for my customers, for my new business, Tam, stone washing, carpet cleaning, and a little light bookkeeping service.
You got a job?
Yep.
Why?
My family's always talking about how great working is, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Pam, do this. You need to do this. You know what they say? Desperate times call for a clearance sale. Clearance sale. All my services, 50% off. Today only. Please. I knew this would be easy, but it's starting to feel impossible. I just wanna help Mom Slater and me be happy like we used to be. What am I gonna do? I guess I can see the army base outside town with a little like boogeyman. Everybody listen! Give me an S. S. Give me an A. A. Give me an L-L-Y. L-L-Y. What's that spell? Sally, Sally, Sally. Sally, Sally, Sally. Sally, Sally, Sally. S-A-L-L-Y. Sally. Thank you. Now I bet you're all wondering, what's this stylish new kid doing in our little beach town? I need to ask you one question. Are you tired of living lounge to lounge, hoping to be dependent on your parents' bank balance? Do you feel like every summer you bold and tired and troubled and just can't help one and more? What if I told you I can give you a solution? A jumping knowledge that will start a revolution. A solution to make your pockets swell, all begin with one little word. Sell. Secret no one knows. Sally. It's coming under your tongue. I know what you're gonna say, Sally. I'm just a kid. I don't need that. But you know the one difference between you and adults who give you cool stuff all day? Money. That's why adults are never stressed and always having fun. Because they all have money. How old are you? 11. And how many businesses do you own? Oh, money. I used to be in your exact position. I read people always needed permission. I saw my parents always having fun, and I thought, oh man, something must be done. So I started to live my life instead. Instead of following, I became a trendsetter. The one thing for kids are supposed to be independent, and you can too. Sally. I bet you're wondering what to sell. Sally. Look at yourself. Hold them up. What do you got? Yeah! Sally, yes I do. Sally, and you can too. Sally, yes I do. Sally, and you can too. Which means you'll have a ton to sell. Over the next 3 days, I'll be offering seminars, giving you the tools you need to sell this endless resource beneath your feet. Then, on the day of the summer festival, I'll guide you in putting those things together, so you can finish the day with a literal boatload of cash. Now, who's first? This could be just what I need. When summer ends, I'll still get to hang out with all of my friends. And by next week, months later and me, we'll be happy like we used to be. Miss Sally, sign me up. This could be just what I need. Yes, I do. Still get to hang out with all of my friends. By next week, months later, and we can too. They told me to Bill Gates seminars. Wow. I look forward to seeing you in class. Tam, just bring your first payment of $50 and we'll be all set. 50 per class. I didn't realize it was gonna be so expensive. But it'll be worth it, right? I guarantee it. Thank you so much.
If only to speak to Sally seminars make life more fun. In all ways. Hey, where's Sally?
Let's go find her. Cheer squad out.
Guys, after these classes, we feel like adults.
Yeah, we'll be like adults, which means we get to do the fun stuff adults get to do all day.
But how do you know they're so fun?
Adults get to do whatever they want. Why would they do things that weren't fun? Guys, we're gonna be adults. Yes, me and you.
Your dad's gonna come there to see it.
And he will be. When I tell him you're ready. You're good, but my dad's been judging the cheerleading nationals for years. He once saw a team do 18 backflips across a row of sharks. And do you know what he did?
What?
He yawned. When you perform for him, it's gotta be P to the E to the R to the vet. And I can get you there, but you've gotta do everything I say. That way, on the day of the summer festival, when he does come to see you, he'll put you straight in the cheerleading nationals.
Deal.
Great, here's a routine I need you to learn for tomorrow. I'll have the costumes waiting for you.
They're gonna look like that?
We made a deal.
Right. Here's what else.
Hey Dad, I'm at the beach. Are you? No, I'll wait. Love you. That's fine, just gives me more time to plan. What they wanna hear. 3 more days, then when the festival comes, I'll disappear.
This is the lane.
What is it?
It's a lane. I always put that time.
But it's just a piece of notebook paper. I don't think that's what it is.
If you're ready for your first class, where about our cheerleaders? And why aren't you in costume yet?
I was thinking the number would work without the costumes.
The costumes will really sell it. Did you say that you want to come with us?
Sorry, I can't. I'm really busy.
No, you're an adult now.
So?
You can do other stuff like hang out with me.
Sorry, I really can't.
Oh, okay.
Sally, can I ask you a question?
No refunds.
Oh no, not that. I'm confused. I'm not clear how that new name is supposed to help the customers make a more informed decision.
Tam, are you confident?
Oh, I mean, I try to be.
You don't have to try. You are. You know what I see when I look at you?
What?
Someone who won't give up, no matter what obstacles get in her way. Someone who faces problems head on. Someone brave.
You see all that?
I do.
Someone kind.
What?
That's what I see when I look at you. I don't know what I'm so worried about. Even if I'm confused now, I know it's all going to make sense once you explain it at Summer Festival. I'm going to keep practicing.
Hey, Dad, I'm at the beach again. Are you? No worries. I'll wait. Yes, I'm packed, ready to leave in 2 days. Besides, just trust me and I'm sure other towns have summer festivals, so what if we miss this one? Like you said, your work comes first. Bye. Guess we're all in the same boat, huh? We're all right, I mean, we're all stuck waiting for our rides.
We are waiting, and it's for a rise, but we're certainly not stuck, my friends.
Was I supposed to follow that?
You see those waves?
No. It's completely flat right now.
It is. And it isn't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Waves are just transfers of energy.
So when we hit the wave, we're not riding the water. We're riding the energy of the earth.
Each wave begins its journey 1,000 miles away.
What?
Now here they've come to ask us, do you want to play? First sometimes.
I'm looking for something too. Money.
Learning sunglasses.
Yesterday you learned how to tell the difference between shelves, but it's just as important to tell the difference between customers. Because they're selling the customer on them, they can be with this product. Make sense? Then let's break it down. Lesson 2. Know your audience. Read them like a book. Know your audience. Find that special hook, then reel them in, make them sell. It's so easy and it works so well. Know your audience. So let's hear the scenario. What would you say? Telling to seniors as they quietly crochet. Anyone? Okay, I'll give the first example. Hiya, ladies, you look really swell. But when grandchildren come to visit, do you find it hard to hear them well? Not to worry, I can make your problems aid. Just hold a shell up to your ear as a natural hearing aid. Know your audience. Read them like a book. Now you got it. Know your audience. Find that special hook. Then make it sound. It's so easy to work so well. Know your audience. Here's another scenario. What would you say? You were selling to a group of parents, watching the kids in a play. Anyone? Devin, thanks for volunteering. What do you say? Parents, are you proud of your kids? Do you want to reward them for the hard work they did? Forget the flowers, the song of style. Instead, buy a seashell and watch your kids smile. Perfect! Now it's time to practice on each other. Partner up! With someone you don't know very well.
I guess I don't have a partner.
Nonsense, you'll be mine. Okay, you can ask your partner one question about the before selling. Ask the right one, and that's all you need to know. Alright, Tim, here we go. I wanna hear what keeps you up at night. Biggest fear.
I fear the summer I won't make time. If mom will keep being stressed all the time, and we'll have to change schools when summer ends. I guess I'm afraid I won't see my friends. Sally? Isn't this what you're supposed to be telling me?
Then reel them in, make the sound. It's so easy to work so well.
Know your audience. Whoa. Know your audience. Whoa. Know your audience.
Cheers, partner. Come on, guys, let's go on the golf course yelling, "Fun!" I don't know, there's something with that number. All things Tam, was all that true about your mom being stressed and stuff?
Oh, yeah, she's been working really hard lately.
Has she always been so busy?
No, it's just been since my sister doesn't like me talking about it.
I won't say anything.
It's just been since our dad was away. The amount of pressure has put on her. We used to go out for ice cream every afternoon. There's a lot of things we used to do.
Do you still talk to your dad?
On the phone a lot. He says that just because he can't live with us doesn't mean he loves Slater any less.
I'm sorry you're going through that.
Thanks. But hey, if I wasn't, I might not have met you. So that's something, right?
Yeah. Hey. This may sound weird. I know that you just met me. But I feel like you just get me. Like I have to pretend. I think you might have just become my friend.
Oh, yeah, totally.
No one's ever been my friend before.
But you're like the most popular person I've ever met. This may sound weird. I know that you're like so successful. Makes me wanna be successful. And I want it to end. I think you may just become my
Hey, you wanna go grab some ice cream?
Don't you think I should keep practicing?
Nah, you're doing great.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, shoot, can I get this real fast?
Go for it. Hey, Slater. Or is this a bad time?
How's the Parker tournament going?
Oh, I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, good. You found me for something great.
Actually, I'm taking a seashell spelling course.
Oh, what?
I'm not supposed to give too much information to people who aren't paying for it, but
No, really, Dad, it's okay. Besides, I was about to go grab some ice cream with a friend.
learn the most classes. They're expensive, but worth it. We're gonna get to keep going to our schools later, and Mom's finally gonna be able to pay for it.
Wow.
So Sally, the lessons are taught by Sally. She travels all over the country helping people. Yeah, she's gonna be there at the summer festival showing us how to put all the lessons to use so we can all be super successful. Here she comes now.
That's Sally.
Yep, Slater, meet Sally. Sally, my older sister, Slater.
Actually, we met already. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah.
We were gonna go grab some ice cream. You wanna come?
No, I'm okay. You guys go have fun.
Okay, bye.
I'm so confused. I thought there was a wrong phone yesterday talking about we should leave before the festival.
It was.
Okay, because I was trying to think for a long time. They bump into each other and have a bunch of questions for their parents. And I was like, yo, I cannot handle that much drama right now.
But what if Tam's in trouble? I don't know, bro. There has to be something wrong going on.
Relax, Bob. No one always says, wait, now.
Yeah, you're right.
Yo, look at those waves.
But what if there's something, I feel like there's something weird going on. Yeah, it's weird we're not out there riding those waves. Let's go. In a minute.
Just relax, breathe in, let the wind inside my face. I gotta learn to love.
No, something's not right.
Yo, something's not right. Well, it turns out you can't ask for me. You can't? Nope, my mom made that very clear after I tried
says she is.
I don't know where you got your information, but
From you. I heard you talk about on the phone how you're going to be gone by the summer festival. You said you're going to make them super successful, but that's not true, is it?
I don't need to listen to this right now.
Stop her!
Sally, what is she talking about? She's lying. Right?
No, the only one who's lying here is Sally. Stealing from you day after day.
Yo, who's the angry dude?
You were never planning on keeping your promises, were you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. All I ever wanted was to make everyone as successful as I am.
Sally, don't
Just
lie.
shut up.
Tam,
I tried so hard to get you to help Mom.
can we talk about it later?
Can we talk about it later? Can we talk about it later? That's all you ever say to me. Our dad can do it, and our mom is trying the best she can. But all you care about is your dumb ways. And I said, all right, whatever makes her happy. Because I thought you were hurting too. But I was wrong. Because when I finally found out the parents need to go and ruin it.
I'm not wrong, Becker. She'll be gone by tomorrow.
That's ridiculous. Come on, Sally. Are you gonna let us through?
But what if she's right? She'll get away with all our money.
Fine. If Sally doesn't come on summer festival, I'll pay you all back for her lessons myself.
No.
Damn, Sally, I got this. It may take me a while, but you have my word. Do we have a deal?
And no one wants you.
Do we have a deal? Of course. So, we'll see you all at the summer festival.
Tam, please listen.
Later, my sister. We'll always love you. But today I don't really like you.
What did you just do?
What do you mean?
Why did you promise to pay them all back?
Because I'd leave you alone. Besides, when you show up tomorrow.
I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
No.
I wanted to tell you after you told me about your mom, and I was gonna find a way to pay you back, because you need the money. All the others, they were just looking for a fun time, so they got what they wanted. But you
lied to me.
I was gonna find a way to make it up to you. I promise. But why would you promise to pay them all back?
That's what friends do.
Wait, where are you?
Leave me alone.
But we need to.
You don't have to do anything, Sally. You got your money, you had your fun. Now you can leave and say you got away with it. And we don't ever have to talk again.
But friends don't just.
We're not friends, Sally. I made that very clear.
Don't worry, she'll come.
No, she won't. Everybody listen. Sally's not coming. She fooled you. She fooled me. Now she's gone and I'm the one who let her get away. Slater, you were right about her. You were right about everything. Are you happy now?
After this year, all I wanted was a break, but I didn't realize it made things so much harder for you. And when I finally did try to help, it made things so much worse. Guess I'm not that much of a big sister.
Here, look count. I better start earning everyone's money back.
Not so fast!
Sally?
Quick, Trevor! Push me away again! You don't have to trap me, because I'm not going to run away again. I'm here to tell the truth.
We don't want to hear you, liar.
judge?
That's Ode to the K. The person that runs the summer festival hired us to be the headliners. The publicity is going to be the key to the event.
Oh, I didn't want to worry anyone.
Damn, we're your friends. We made it when you worried.
Let me see that. All these appointments, it's going to be a lot of work.
I don't mind.
But I do. The only dream is always to by yourself. Partners? Partner.
Devin, hey, it looks like I am going to have a little free time this summer. Want to meet me out?
Yes, I mean, yes.
Great.
That's my cue. I guess this is goodbye.
It's just goodbye for now. Stay in touch, okay?
Okay. If you stand at the ocean and close your eyes,
You can hear me begin to sing.
Michael, can you come up here? musical performances, getting this amazing band together. Here you go. You